Oh, volume. That's why it helps. I wasn't saying nothing. I was mostly talking to myself. Here we go. I said I figured out there's about a 30-second delay of me coming on and being able to post stuff up or whatever. Some of you may have noticed if you've posted comments long ago that I've been just doing the thumbs up and the little heart thing, responding to some. I'm just trying to clear up stuff from the past and looking at old comments, by the way. That's what I'm doing. But somebody said twice, I mentioned something about flies this morning. This property, this house, there's constantly flies. I think in every video I've watched, I've gone back and watched a lot of videos. I watch me a lot lately, but I've gone back and watched some videos, and there's always flies. Somebody said something about this show being the Lord of the Flies. I thought that was pretty funny, and it made me keep the fly swatter handy. Yeah. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna talk and not look at these for a while, but I'll go ahead and go over a few pawns, 2 prizes. I'm in the same. Oh, you're talking about the house. Yeah, I'll get into all that. Panoid, you here again? Do you ever sleep? This guy was here this morning at 5 a.m. Come on, Rob, don't fall off the way. Go back on. You did a life bid. That ain't no thing. I'll get into that. I'll tell you guys exactly about the day, okay? And remember, everybody remember, Robert Rosso is always the victim, okay? I'm always the victim. I don't know why everybody wants to do me so bad. I'd throw that out there real quick. Make light of a situation. Because I know that there's the haters will say that and stuff, so whatever. Doug, what's up, Doug? Let's see what you have to say. I can see the name at the top and not UCV beginning. What? Are you talking to some? Anyway, okay. Yeah, I'm going to start from the beginning. So this morning, if you guys didn't know, this morning, I did a live at like 5, I guess, or 6, whatever it was. And as I was doing it right towards the end, I got a text message. Yeah, I'm live soon. And it was from the bank, the head loan officer. The bank is a small bank in this county only, actually. I don't care, Farmers Bank. That's really good and really bad when you're dealing with small banks, okay? Good if you know people, which my dad knew everybody down there once upon a time. Small place, get a loan on a handshake. Things work real different. They don't care about laws and rules. They don't care about procedures. And if you get in bad with them, or if they don't like you, you have problems. And that's what it comes down to. No welfare system or work jobs, Rob. Okay. Yeah, I'll get into that. Welfare, I'll talk about that. I'm going to go ahead and start from the beginning. Just let me get these few comments out of the way. I got denied food stamps today too. But you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. I only wanted them for 3 months. I'm going to go hard. Rob, raise your subscription rate. People pay $15 to go to a movie. When I saw that a minute ago, I made a note. So I got the legal pad out. Fix memberships on YouTube. So I'm actually going to get my membership fixed. This is priority number 2 in the levels, because I have them. I don't use them. I remember on Patreon or whatever, I did something, but never took off on that. Forget that for now. I'm really going to focus in and actually follow through and do stuff with the membership. Okay. So thank you, John Regala, for saying that, because that triggered, you made me think about the memberships for sure. Oh shit, there's a lot of comments. Okay, I'll go ahead and get these out. Okay. Can't hear you. Yeah, you're good now. You'll be the first to increase subscription. Raise your rates. Okay. Gino, thank you. So keep my head up. Doug Ross. Oh, you just did a membership, didn't you? Doug Ross, thank you, bro. You just hit me with $20 too. Thank you. Really. I fucked up the chat, Rob. I was like falling asleep. It's okay. It's all right. And there you go. Gifted 1 membership. And then you sent me some money. Thank you, Doug. Really. No, that's a lot. And I say it, and I've been repetitive about that. So my life right now, Like for real, that's like equivalent to $200. Even though YouTube clips a little bit out of it, I mean, man, $1 for real, it helps a lot. And I've been told multiple times that I'm supposed to say something. Hey, if you can donate during the thing, I forget, like to say live and all that. I don't know. Maybe I should, but it's just I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. I even thought about doing a GoFundMe because of my situation. Again, I did it when I was in prison. And anyway, let me start at the beginning, okay? Let me just get that real quick out of the way. How do you send money? You're asking if you can do. I don't. The only thing I have is here YouTube, which does take some, or Cash App. Cash App is no more prison cell. No more prison cell. And my name, Robert Rosso, will come up. That would probably be the best. And I'll get into it. I do have PayPal and Chime and everything. This is why I got denied food stamps, and I'll get into that. Worry about a 12-step program, bro. Hippies Chopper Corner. I'm one of those guys that likes NA and AA. I'm 35 miles from anything like that, and I have a vehicle that is not reliable. So going back, Doug, you said something about a job. I can't get one because I'm telling you, people that know me know what I'm talking about. Primo's probably going to listen. They know what I'm saying. It's good for like a week and then it goes down. It's a 2003 Suzuki Vitara. I need like 2-3 more months and I'll be straight. I am only making money on YouTube right now. My mom has twice bought me food and gave me like $50 that I didn't really even want. I haven't asked for shit. I haven't asked to borrow, but I'll get into all that right now. But I like AA and NA, and there will be a time not too long from now when I'll have it together that I will go. And I want to actually work this. I'm going to work the steps. I have the sponsor picked out and everything. Rob, when you was in this trip, was there any other mob dudes besides NY in there? When you was in this trip, the Woo, explain real quick. Explain that real quick. And then I'll tell the story, if you will. Was there any other mob dudes besides? Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yes, Chicago, Tony Calabrese. There's a Buffalo, so that's New York. Kansas City. What's his name? John Mendocino, whatever. Yeah, for sure. I'm just drawing a blank right now. I'm just drawing a blank. Come on, bro, make it happen, man. So again, going back to the rehab thing, what I'm saying is I want to go 3 days a week. Okay. It's unrealistic for me to be able to go overnight. And I have like a home group and everything. There'll come a time. I'm really down here 35 miles away from anything. So I'm 35 miles from Fort Smith. I don't mind it. It's just a situation. And then I'll get that. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to do one more after this, praying. Thank you. And then I'm going to go ahead and tell the story. I'll start from the beginning. Okay. Okay. So here's the deal with the house. You can go 550 without paying your mortgage until they begin to foreclose. Aha. You think so? I'm going to explain everything to you. Remember, this is a small bank. Here's the deal. I get out of federal prison April of 2021. You know what? This would probably be good for you guys. I have something right now I can share you. I had a voice recording of what happened in my life. Okay. So let me see. Hold on. It's Friday. Sitting in the parking lot at Jaeger Hardware in Greenwood, Arkansas. Backseat of my sister's new, what is this? Can you guys hear that good? I hope so. This is how it all starts. This is pitching. So a little while ago, my sister and brother-in-law just signed over the deeds or titles of the property down in Hartford, which includes a house with sitting on 2 lots, 3 lots above the house,
4 lots,
2 lots across the street,
5 total.
I hope you guys can hear
And
this.
across town, 3 more lots. I believe it's 3.
So my family gave me property when I got out.
Also, I'm buying a house worth $90,000. That includes 3 lots
4.
on the other side of town as well, adjacent to the lots I just picked up from Debbie and Brian.
My sister and brother-in-law.
The house is down the street from Tina. It's a 3-bedroom brick home.
The house,
with
the other
a
house
little
I own.
house on it that's dilapidating.
So real quick, what had happened was, my father owned a lot of property in town. Lots. That's not. I mean, it can be worth anything from $100 to $15,000, depending on who wants it and everything. You know, it's a little small town, 500 people, I think, right now. And they gave me my uncle's old house, which my dad inherited, which was HUD approved, and my sister was living in it. So I stepped out of prison and they gave me that. And I will add that my sister and brother-in-law, so my sister and brother-in-law ended up buying everything from my mom and dad for financial reasons. My dad was dying. They were a little bit in debt. My sister took care of it. Plus, they're really responsible. She was retiring in her early 50s. So they bought everything. My dad was old school. He believed that the boy should have everything, inherit everything. And when I got the life sentence, I never even thought twice about it. When I got a life sentence, he came to Leavenworth and said that because of my life sentence, that they were going to redo a will and they're going to split it 4 ways, and I'd have to deal with it, fight it out with them, is what he said. Anyway, I think people thought after so long of me thinking or talking about going home, we filed this case, I filed this appeal. People probably thought, my family probably thought that I was never going to get out. Well, then I did. When I got out, my father, every day, he had a real bad disease. He had some moments when he was fluid, but otherwise suffering from memory loss and everything. He would say every day that the property that we were on, my sister's house, it should be mine. And he would apologize in front of my sister and brother-in-law for selling him that and not waiting for me to get out. It was a bad situation. Anyway, my sister and brother-in-law, who've done really well in their life, they decided to give me the family property in town and actually gave me $10,000 as well to get started with. That's true. Things were great. So then, like I said, they gave me a house, but my other sister was living in it. It was a HUD approved, so there was a paycheck coming in. Life was great. The next one I'll talk about, waiting on my wife, and it's a little sad. I mean, because it was just, I had the world by the balls, you know. This house right here, I got for $90,000 on a handshake from a guy named Tommy Riley, old guy, one of my dad's friends. He's about 6 years younger than my dad, but they grew up in the area of this town called Little Italy. And Tommy inherited this from his aunts and uncles. So I said it many times, this house, the people that lived here were 2 sisters and a brother. Yeah, I think there's weirdo shit going on. They never married any of them. As a matter of fact, the girls would talk about that they were the oldest virgins and all this other. Anyway, all of their belongings and effects, clothes, furniture, everything was here, plus their mothers. This place was full, okay? If I would have auctioned it out, probably about $30,000, $40,000 worth of stuff. Over the years, I gave it away, burnt it high on meth. I love fires, and I'd just throw shit in fires, antiques and everything. That's the truth. Sold it when I needed to. And of course, it's a lot of stuff. The rest pretty much stolen. When I just went to jail this time, friends, family. Anyway, so stuff was sold. Anyway, so let me back up. So here's what happens. I tell Tommy that I want the house. He at first wanted to wait 5 or 6 months because he was going to have an auction. He actually wanted 70 for the house, but with all the property, he just threw in an extra 20. So whatever. So this guy, this is what he does. I had a little LLC, a little real estate holding company I started called Hartford Holdings. It's now defunct. But what I did was, what he did was he said, whose name do you want the house in? I told him, put it in the LLC. The following day, he comes back with the deed and hands it to me. I haven't paid, there's no money, never been to the bank yet over it or anything. Okay. So I could have taken it right then and there. Like no bank, but this is a little small town. Of course I would never do nothing like that. So I go to the bank and I meet a lady who was really, really sweet to me at the time. Her name's Kathy. She actually liked the prison after lockup, and she was like the prison stuff. So she knew my dad all her life, heard about me. We never met. And here I come. And I have this story, got out, life sentence. I'm from a good family. And they know about this beautiful girl from Spain I married. And she was just, enthralled, whatever. The story took her. So what ends up happening, we get a loan. Actually, the loan was for 70. So we get a loan for 70 grand. My dad, and this is what they did. When I showed her that I owned it already, she laughed. She's like, "That's Tommy. Tommy Riley just gave me, here you go. Just pay me." He put it in a business loan as part of my LLC. So the mortgage on here, so the house is the collateral, but it's a business loan. Okay. It's very important. So it's $600 a month for 5 years and then pay off at the end, whatever, at 5.4% interest, which is really cheap. Everything shot up after that. So this is important. 5.4%. So, they're kicking themselves in the ass right now, right? So everything's great. As a matter of fact, I was going to start building property and building units, and the bank was on board. This lady was on board. She's the juice. She's juice at the bank. Okay. They have 4 or 5 branches. So my wife gets here from Spain, doesn't know much about real estate. Neither do I. But what happens is I'm calling the banker a lot and I'm talking about loans. And I'll never forget, I needed $150,000 on the cuff, 150 grand. And my now ex-wife was listening, and she's from a socialist country. She's not used to that. But when I said, the banker asked me, "Well, how much do you think it's going to be, Robert?" I said 150. She goes, "Okay, well, come in and talk to me and make the story good." That's what she said. Okay. I'll never forget hanging up, and my wife, she was actually mad. Okay. Because in her eyes, which I understood now, I totally understand. So I was a drug dealer. In her eyes, it was kind of like that lady was my drug dealer because I didn't have a job. Well, I did. I worked for a nonprofit for a minute, but it was a friend of mine, COVID money, whatever you want to say. I did do some stuff, but whatever. So I was getting a paycheck. Okay. But I didn't have a real job. And here's this lady on the phone talking about giving me $150,000. Okay. Just come in and make the story good. That's the kind of relationship. That's the good things about small bank. Okay. All right. So about 10 months later, my father passes away, which we all knew. And there was a split within the family that's still not healed to this day, although things are better. Okay. So if my family listens to this, I'm not trying to dredge up old wounds on anybody or anything like that. I just want to make that clear. So one of the fights was over putting up the big one that started. It was putting up apartments, and one of my sisters didn't want apartments down here, and because I was already HUD approved. So HUD, if I had units, sky's the limit. There was a big fight, and right before that, I should add, I drank pretty much every day, at least 1 or 2 beers, if not a case. Right before the 10 days before my dad died, I started drinking a 5th a day of Jack Daniels, Honey Jack. And about 2 days before he died, I hit the meth pipe. Okay. And so my brain changed a little bit right then. I do have emotional issues where I'm an emotional child. Probably my emotional growth was stunted from drugs in prison. So my sister and I get in this huge fight, and I was enraged and irate. And the issue of am I on drugs came up. I was not on drugs at the time. I had done them, but I was not on drugs. Well, there was a person in the presence that's a pretty big fixture in the town, and I live in a small town. So boom, here it goes, the rumors about me doing drugs. And then, of course, that turned into me dealing drugs, which was total bullshit. Well, that gets back, of course, to the bank too, okay? So let that simmer for a minute. Now I really start fucking up. Now I'm getting on first started doing, I did meth every Thursday. Every Thursday. It was called a 3-hit Thursday. There's multiple reasons why that happened. Drug testing one. Another one was my wife did something on Thursday where we weren't together so much. So that's what I did. And that lasted for like 6 months, I guess, or better. And nobody really knew. Nobody. When you're doing little amounts, plus I'm drinking, I was able to do pretty good. You can tell later. I can even go back and look at the videos and see. I can see when I'm on what, when I was clean. There's different stuff. So what ends up happening then is once probation got involved and I went to rehab, like all hell, like the shit hit the fan. Like I was lying to my wife. My wife didn't even know I had 3 or 4 dirties. I had to tell her the night before I went to rehab. They said I'm going to rehab the next day. She had no idea. So it was like that. Hence the reason one of the reasons I'm divorced. So it really hurt. It really screwed things up. Now the whole town knows, little small town. Okay. So let's skip until April of 2023. I go to jail on a violation. If you guys ever seen that video where I was all fucked up in New Mexico doing the video, I think the video is actually titled, it's a live titled My Meltdown. There's pieces of it. Pretty embarrassing, but it's up there. Okay. Well, I drove myself to the jail, turned myself in. And while I'm in jail during that time, so my wife, we had already had a place up in Fort Smith. It was closer to her job, but we kept this house too. Then it turned into, as I was using more, I found more reasons to stay down here. Okay. And then I would run back and forth when we'd get in a fight and all that bullshit. I use this place as kind of, as my stomping grounds, So this place became bad in the eyes of her and others. Became the place that I came and used all the time. And there's truth to that. There's truth to that. So when I go to jail, my wife really didn't want this. She didn't want me having this house. So the mortgage wasn't paid 1 month. Okay. I missed 2 payments. So when I got out, this lady at the bank wants to see me. Now, every time I saw her before, it was hugs and, real friendly. When I went in this time, she knew about the family fight. The family fight was a real big deal down here. Okay. Real big deal. In part because of the person it happened in front of, and in part because of me putting it on social media. Being out of my mind. I did, and really blasted my family. I should have kept those things more personal and private, but I didn't. Another mistake I made in my life. So the banker, she knows about it. When I went into the bank, I remember I used to hug her when I walked in. She didn't hug back, and she just looked like she's going to read me the riot act, and she did. And it got personal. It was about me destroying my family. Okay. She really didn't know what she was talking about. She had no idea. She had no clue what she was saying. Nevertheless, she was on that side of the fight. There was a split in the fight. She's on that side. And they wanted to take the house. They didn't even care about they wanted to actively get it then. And one of the reasons, there's 2 reasons I believe. One, because 5.4% interest rates. It's gone up a lot. 2, because of my felony conviction, and I let everybody down. And like this lady was talking about the personal things between me and my family. Now people can say she shouldn't have. Again, we're talking small town, so cool, whatever. But to this day, she has no idea what she was talking about. I had to beg to keep this house. As a matter of fact, if any of you guys know Primo, who's helped me out a lot, he got involved, and he can tell you a few things about this bank situation. And there was a comment literally made that we don't need no big city folk in our business down here. He was talking about rules and policies, and they're like, "What? What are you from? California, New York? We don't want your kind." Yeah. Okay. So it's like that. Got to keep the house. That was the only time I missed payment, and then I just went to prison last year. When I'm in prison last year, you guys might know I did a GoFundMe. Thank you if you donated. And then Primo helped out for some months. That's the truth. But my point being is I was late for 1 month. It wasn't paid. got the GoFundMe, but I paid the following month. Now, I did not know at the time. I can tell you then, I got the receipt in front of me right now. This is how it works. This is what my mortgage actually is. The principal is $312.43. That is for this house, 3-bedroom brick home, which needs remodeling, 4 lots, and an antique house built in 1910, a barn. Okay. So the interest is $288. So it comes out to $601. The late charge, if I'm past, they give me 10 days, $504. They basically double it if you're late. So I didn't know that when I was in prison this time, and Primo didn't pick it up either. Didn't pick it up for like 6 months. So that was adding up. Even though I was paying, I was still down a month. That happened. So everything's paid up. Now I knew exactly what I was going to need when I got out of prison. When I went in, as a matter of fact, and this is why I'm still salty over I can never be mad at my judge. The guy let me out, and I'm forever in his debt for it. When they violated me, they had the marshals come and like this big show down here, this little town, and it fucked me on the renter because I knew I was going to go in. I'd already been violated. He was letting me deal with my cancer treatments, but I violated. Well, even that doesn't matter. I've talked about that 100 times, but it left me without a renter, without the solid renter. I had somebody that was responsible with a job, a young girl with 2 kids, and she actually wanted to do a 2-year lease. I said 1 year, and I wasn't going to do halfway house. I was going to stay in there so she can do it, so I can project. Plus, I was going to make $150 off top of the $600, and then some YouTube money. Let's just call it $100 a month. I knew what I was going to have when I got out. I was focused on that. Didn't work out that way. A girl from town moved in. She was only able to stay 2 months, and then a family member moved in and never paid a dime. They paid 1 month. So then I had to scramble and get everything paid. So I took care of it from prison with the help of a friend. I knew I needed, when I got out, I knew what I was facing. Probably not a vehicle, freshly divorced, trapped down here. And when I say trapped, I don't mind being trapped down here. It's just secluded down here. And I knew that I was going to get on the ball and get my YouTube channel in check. There's other things that I want to do besides YouTube. It's been a slower process. The first month, I've talked at length about it. Go watch my first lives about everything that went on with me. But the truth is, it'll take about 3 months of this channel. Actually, so this channel has just grown a lot. Like it's just got bumped up a lot. And I can look at my stuff and see how much each video makes and all that stuff. So I'm telling you, with 3 months on this, and I can pay my bills. I'm just talking about paying bills, just surviving. Take about 3 months. I knew I needed between $2,000 and $3,000 when I got out. That would last me 2 to 3 months. I knew that. It didn't work out that way. So basically, what happened was I had. So somebody paid for car tires. I needed tires in the car fixed, and my first electric bill or something like that. That was the only help I had. Okay. The rest has been talking to the companies and everything else. So long story short, I owed February the 18th, I owed a mortgage payment and I have not paid it. I then started looking at other options and stuff. The bank sends you a notice. As a matter of fact, there's a number on here to call HUD about counseling and everything like that. Got a lot of advice over the last couple of days and followed the advice to the letter. The lady didn't really want to talk on the phone. We did it in text. So what happened this morning, if you guys were there, is I get on and I wrote her and I told her exactly, what we're going to be talking about. I needed to talk to her about forbearance, hardship. These are things that HUD officials told me to do, that somebody else I know that worked at a bank for years told me banks always accept. It's common for them to do this. There's hardships. I was asking to be set off until the 21st of May, if not the 21st of June. So that's all I needed. There's other things going on. So there's income coming in around June. Okay. I'm not going to get into it, but that's what it is. I know around June, I'll start being good. Okay. That's if my car was working and I got a different job, that's based off other things going on in my life. Okay. So I wrote them that exactly what I was told to do. And this morning, what you guys saw was the payment needs to be made regardless. There's nothing to discuss. We don't need to discuss anything. And then she said the payments, and then of course, the insurance laps up the insurance. Two of these, which is coming up right now, and they start the process, 2 missed payments. And I don't have a way of paying it for that. So they're telling me no. Then what happens is I applied for food stamps when I got out, or whatever it's called now, EBT. I've only been on it one other time in my life, probably about 6 months total, I think it was. So then they tell me I need all this paperwork. The truth is I am bad. I'm a last minute kind of guy, and that's another fault of mine. But today was the final day. But what happens is I collected all the papers. So when the official from the food stamp place would ask me questions. Well, how are you surviving? Well, my mom gave me this. I did this, blah, blah, blah. What kind of cards do you have? I told them that I had a Chime card, a PayPal, a Cash App, which I did once upon a time. I talk too much. I talk too much on here. So what happens is when they sent me the papers of everything I need, I don't have access to get into a Chime account or my PayPal account. Why? Because I switched phone numbers 3 times and I don't know the correct email address I had. My ex-wife set it up, and one of the agreements I have with her, well, anyways, I don't bother her about that kind of stuff. Plus, she forgot and all this other stuff. So I called PayPal and I called Chime, and nobody can figure out how to get in this fucking account. So I called the people, the lady, my sponsor, whatever they're called, the EBT, royal bitch. For sure a DEI hire. That's all I'm going to say. First she scolded me for being last minute. Okay. But it says that they're there to help. I told her I needed to email her the stuff that I get out of YouTube because my printer, I don't have a printer. And I told her a few things. And I told her that I couldn't get my Chime account, which was closed in 23, and I couldn't get my PayPal. She said, well, that's mandatory or the process won't go through and I'll be denied. And that I had till 4:00. And I didn't say nice things to her. So that's dead. That's dead. That's dead now. So that's what I got hit with today. Life shit. So remember, I'm always the victim, okay? So I got to throw that in there. Well, this morning when I woke up about 2:30, I have 2 strips of Suboxone in here. I kept them in case I was getting sick. I got rid of all. I told the story. If you guys don't know, I came home with 30 strips, and I mentioned it on here. And somebody reached out to me on Messenger and told me they'd buy them for $600. It was cruel because I don't want anything to do with any kind of crime. So I immediately threw away just so I wouldn't be tempted. That was my payment for that month. I could have paid February with Suboxone strips. I swear. No bullshit. Threw them away, but I kept 2 because I was winging myself. I was stopped. I was coming off Suboxone that I'd been on for 6 months in prison. So I intentionally kept 2. My cravings, there has been shit. It's been golden. This morning I woke up and the first thing, the Suboxone popped up in my mind, just like real quick, like real fleeting, kind of thing. After I got off the phone with the lady from the EBT, I had almost like some kind of panic attack because I couldn't even do the PayPal thing right, And technology gets to me sometimes. When I can do it perfect is when I'm on methamphetamine. There was a thought of methamphetamine for a second, but the truth is I've cut everybody off right now. Not that I don't want to talk to the people that use it forever, but for right now in my life, I just don't want to, I'm not around anybody. The thought of doing a hit or a little line or drinking some also crossed my mind to do the technology stuff, to get the PayPal stuff, because I think I can still kind of figure it out. At the time, I was still trying to get it for the EBT stuff. That crossed my mind. That was in and out. The Suboxone came back. This Suboxone came back in my mind. And I opened the package. Told you I had 2. And I broke the strips down in 4 parts, which are quarters. Actually, those are the quarters. And then I split them in 8ths. And then I did a 16th, split them in 16. And then I knew that'd be too much. I split them into 30 seconds. And I looked at it and thought of somebody, thought of some things. And well, I did this. I had this on my dresser and I brought it out now and threw that away. Also, I keep doing this and people complain because you can hear that. Gambling crossed my mind next. I am a degenerate gambler. I am one of the most luckiest people when it comes to slot machines that you'll ever come across in your life. I know people might say some stuff bullshit. Let me put it this way. My sister, one of my sisters was broke and she's like, Rob, I need you to do me a favor. I'm like, what? She goes, I need to go to the casino with me. I need $500 and all I have is $150. I'm like, man, she's like, but we've got to walk. You're very rare will I ever go in with $100 and not hit like at least $300 to $500, but I never walk. I've told stories about this. I won over $100,000. So I had a over $100,000 jackpot. I cashed out. I think it was like 89,000. I had $50,000 in my car. This is in 1997. I put all that money back in the machine, went in my car, spent the 50,000 and called my mom for gas money to get home in 1997. That's when I was rolling. That's what kind of a gambler I am. Before I went to prison in January, well, let me back up. So I'm banned from the casinos over here in Oklahoma because my wife caught me gambling and she asked me to self-ban and I did. What I agreed to was to self-ban for a year, but she snuck a little zero in on me, so they banned me for 10 years. So anytime I go over there, I can't hit a jackpot. I have to only hit the little amounts. Anything over 12 will trigger the people to come and do the tax thing. So if I hit little ones, like I have been back and I have hit up to $8,000 without being on the radar and then lost that all. I never walk away a winner, ever. Today, this crossed my mind. And with that, because of the financial situation. So I was even thinking, because I was gonna write a hot check. This is where my brain went today for money. I was gonna write a hot check and I looked at the date. These casinos, the smaller ones around here, have dates when they actually pay off. The 27th, the 1st, and the 3rd are great days. You walk in there, everything's jamming. I already had the machine in mind. But these popped up in my head and I had to stop myself from them, all of them. And then I thought, on the way there, I'll grab a beer. Now, I was just at this place yesterday. There's a place in Oklahoma not far from me, which is the beer store. I live in a dry county. It's 30 miles to alcohol, except for right across the line, 7 miles. They also have sandwiches there. I was there with a friend yesterday and made a comment that I haven't had no cravings for alcohol. And here it is today. Suboxone, meth to help me do that, alcohol, gambling, and alcohol. Just like that. Just like that. And I told myself, I said, you know, I used to sneak and do it to hide it from people or my wife, probation especially, people on YouTube. And there was some satisfaction in that, not with the home, but with the YouTube. Oh, there was some, like I've said before, I used to love it when people said I was on meth, but I was really on opiates. Or they said I was on opiates, I was really on meth. I took some sick kind of pride in that. But it dawned on me, like, who am I sneaking and hiding from? What am I doing? It's for myself, and I've got a long sobriety going. I'm doing like great right now. But these came out of nowhere. Well, they came from the stress of the financial situation, but it fucked me up. It's just boom, 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 and I can just see wiping out that quick, you know. It's happened before. Last time when I went out to rehab the first time, I sat with a bottle of Jack Daniels and talked to it for 5 hours. 5 hours before I did. I was down here in this house. I was living in Fort Smith with the wife, ex-wife now, and took me 5 hours to take a drink. Meanwhile, it was getting snowed in. I got snowed in down here, and I had a lot of alcohol. And You have to give me 5 hours to drink. So, and then when I got out of rehab the second time, I came down here, and yard work sometimes triggers a meth response. And I actually used the tools they taught me in rehab to stop that. This time it was, I don't want that. Because when I came out of prison and saw my house and saw all the damage, and then I see my friend Kenny shoot out with the cops, totally whacked out. He was spun on meth for sure. It's just, that's where it goes, you know, and I want better. And I was able to at least stop myself from that. As far as the house goes, I damn sure don't want to lose it. Something has happened in the last 2 hours, totally unexpected, but that would be a whole nother borrowing thing. If I don't have the house, I don't have anywhere to go. Can't live with my mom, wouldn't want to. Me and that sister who owns that farm have still not made amends. That's coming. We're both right, but it's not right now. And I won't go up there. My mom comes down here and visits me. So that would be out of the question. It would literally be like in my car, which doesn't work most of the time. So this place down here, people can argue it's been like a bad thing for me because of everything that's happened. But like I said in my first live, everywhere I go, there I am. I can't run for myself. It is true that this town is dilapidating. It's a poor town. It can be depressing and sad, but there's also a little slice of paradise right here. You guys have seen the yard. You haven't seen the surroundings. So what's happening right over here is there's like 5 little tiny homes that a level terrible old sex offender owns. I don't talk to him, but he put up like 5. And then people that move into the tiny homes generally, you know, are struggling a lot of times with addiction. I actually don't know these neighbors right now, so I'm not trying to, I don't know anything about them. I don't know anything about their lives. I'm not up enough at night to see if their lights are on all night, you know. I used to be able to tell because I was running chainsaws at 3 a.m. down here, which is another reason I don't talk to the good neighbor. She stopped talking to me after the 3 a.m. chainsaw running. But so it's junky kind of with the little tiny homes. Also down here, you know, things grow up real fast and people tend to never throw things away and collect shit and throw it in their yard. It's just how it is, even if they're on meth or off meth. So one could say that, look at this town, man. But on the other hand, when I'm driving, it's all mounts. It's really, really beautiful. And if I ignore everybody in this little piece right here, you know, the house has got problems. There's some work that needs to be done. The yard needs work. It's for sure, but I don't want to lose it. You know, once upon a time, I had an ultimatum in my marriage, and I kind of, well, it was more than that. It's not like I want to live here forever, but I want this place. I do. What sucks about the bank is I know somebody, so I've got 2 names. 4 months they didn't pay, and the bank didn't miss a beat, didn't care. 4 months they didn't pay, and because of the way that they did the loan, I know what it is. My dad's dead, the co-signer. I'm a prisoner. There's always rumors that Robert's a drug dealer. Robert's on drugs. Even came home. They were slinging dope out of here, and the freaking cops county tells me when I walk out first day, tells me that this house dope traffic, and then I probably have something to do with it. I just got out of the joint. So there's that, but you know, I don't even pay attention to that shit, because what I'm doing will reflect outwardly. So I don't really care about that, but we'll see what happens. You know, take it easy, Primo and ex-wife. When I'm talking about borrowing from other people, we'll see, because like I said, I only need a couple more months. But that's the kind of day I had. And it's personal with the lady at the bank. And it sucks. Because it got personal, because I guess she feels like I duped her. A lot of people. I think that's what it is, because she believed in me so much. I believed in me when I got out. meaning I had this plan to do real estate. By the way, when I was in prison, I never even thought about doing real estate. What I saw me in the future when I got out, didn't think about YouTube. It was going to be writing in a book, stuff like that. That's where I was going to go. And I thought that if I got out, I'd probably live in Terre Haute because Marta used to come visit me there and she knew people there. And I thought we'd end up there. We ended up down here. Circumstances changed. And I ended up down here and I got thrown in this real estate thing, which was, I mean, totally realistic. You know, I had the property, I had the backing. Things just went south with family issues. And I wasn't, what sucks is I could have dealt with that, but I kind of, it was emotional sabotage myself is what I did. But anyway, that's typical life things. And that's where I'm at. And that's what happened today. And I am glad to say that I made it to the Suboxone gig. It's a full strip. People will say that I'm going to keep this or whatever. That's the last strip I have. These little pieces, these are the last pieces I have. And now I don't have any Suboxone to have to deal with, for sure. A little water. Oh, you're going to drink it later? Oh, shit. You're going to drink it later, Rob. I heard that last time I did something about a strip. And that's that with Suboxone, you know? Yeah, and I wanted to do that on camera. I thought about that a little while ago. I really did. I really did. Actually, nothing else there. And that is how I deal with Suboxone. So that's what I got going, guys. That's what it is. Let me see what's going on here. I'll answer some. By the way, I can't go 5 or 6 months. It's like, so I've talked to lawyer about filing for bankruptcy. You're trying to find a job, I can get you one in Springfield. Rick B, I don't have a vehicle. So, well, I'm not going to say that right now. It doesn't matter. I can get a job at a liquor store. No bullshit. Does your county have a food bank? Food. So let me tell you about food. And this is the reason I haven't been starving. This town has a food drop every Tuesday, a major one from Walmart. I know the guy well. Matter of fact, I owe him a couple dollars too. Hey, Roy, if you're watching, does a great service to this town. So what happens is this, people line up, people come from surrounding towns and counties to this food drop right here in my hometown. So I don't have to starve that way. Now, vegetables, food past expiration date, stuff like that. I also don't have a refrigerator right now. So that's hard, which I'm going to need to do something because it's summertime. Wintertime was cool. Everything was staying, like milk was staying cold. So I got to deal with that right now. But here's what happened. I talked to one other guy in town. Do you know who I talk to on a daily basis, or at least every other day? Government witness number 1 against me. The first person who testified against me in my trial and was part of me getting a life sentence, who was a good friend of mine. The first thing I did when I got out of prison, I didn't stop at my family's house. I stopped at his house first, and I said, I forgive you. And the reason is actually what he testified to had nothing. It's a long story, but his son also died, and he was living his own hell. And 7 years after I was in prison, he saw another one of the snitches in my case and found out that he lied during my trial. So him and government witness number 2 were friends. I didn't know government witness number 2 against me. Government witness number 2 gets busted independently and says that I'm this big drug dealer, blah, blah, blah. Says this huge lie. I never did anything that they said. This guy helped get affidavits for me. I almost got out of prison and he was instrumental in it. So for the first 7 years, I thought about torturing him when I got out. That's true. Really. And I've never committed homicide. I was going to put him in pieces. After that happened and his son died, it all changed. And he's been a friend. His neighbors, so he doesn't have a vehicle. He's 65 years old. He's like a hermit. His neighbors bring him all this, 2 different ones bring him all this food from the food bank. He's skinny. He eats like a mouse. So I end up getting a lot of that. My mom brings some because people drop it off to her. So there's food. It's not like the food you want all the time, right? But I don't have to starve, like that. Um, so I'm okay there. And you know what? As far as the food stamps goes, I will be all right. And the last 4 days, I was doing awesome on my weight. I started eating more. So there's also a pattern there too, because I'm an addict all the way around. And if when I stop and think about it now, the food started like I started eating more. So there's something inside of me, tick, 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 and I know what it is. It's financial. It's the financial. It's the financial shit. It'll pass. It'll pass. I know it will. Um, I put that title up about my house, right? After I put that up, somebody who's not even paying attention called me and something else just came up. You said before that your rent, my mortgage is 600. Just wondering what's the property worth? Okay. So it was insured at 150 before, okay? But the house, my who lived in here, it trashed it. I would say $30,000 worth of work. If this house was fixed up and the yard was decent, God, if I fixed that little house up too, over 150. But like if I got off it right now, man, it depends because it could go for the 60 or 59 that I owe. I don't think I can get over 70 for it the way it is. I don't think so. But I don't want to get off it. But the bank's not giving me that option. They're not. So that's something that a friend of mine's missed. They're not trying to say you can put it up for sale and they're not doing that. And something else, probably my neighbor who's like 80, but has got kids and stuff. They own a lot of property, like everything but mine. Mine would fit in perfect with their chunk. I think that they're probably after it. I'm not mad at them. Because I know that he's one of the guys. Banks have people that are waiting in the cut for people to miss mortgage payments and they go swoop in. He's one of those guys. So I think there's that going on as well. Okay. So it's dad's deceased. The co-signer's deceased. Robert's been a criminal all his life and let her down. And the interest rate was way too cheap. And probably somebody's waiting in the cut for it. So there's that going against me. Okay. And I'd really like to pull out of this and keep this house. I really would. And again, it's not like this dream home of mine. In a perfect world, if I had money, yeah, I'd fix this house up and I'd also put a pool in the yard at some point. That's what I would do. No bullshit. And I want to keep a place down here because there's mountains and I love going on the mountain. I love it. I love it. Everybody has a different issues at banks. I tell you, if that bank and loan officer like you, they will help you. Yeah, they're not. It's past that. It's past that. She don't even want to talk to me. She don't want to talk. She don't want to have no conversation with me. But if they're losing money on daily and don't like you, well, you're screwed. Yeah, I'm telling you. And like I said, I think that the neighbors, hey Georgie, I think waiting in the cut. Again, I'm not mad at him. He's old. That's the only other thing. It'd probably be one of the kids. So there's a family, I think they had 15 kids. They're all like 70 and 80 years old. There's like 15 brothers and sisters out of there, and they got a bunch of kids. And they own like all that behind me, I believe. You will do okay, bro. Just one day at a time, and you will. Thanks, Doug. Yeah. I just have to get past this. So, okay, as far as YouTube, I'm going on Ian Bitt's channel or whatever in I think June. That'll bump up subs, which means more money and stuff like that. You had her pretty good, Rob. Pretty fucking good, Rob. I know a few families that live like that, never married, etc. Oh yeah. And I've said before, the old lady, the mother of the siblings that lived here, hung herself in that little house, in back of the house in a tree. Tried to send you 100 on Venmo. Can't find no more prison cells. Wow, John. Shit, I don't have the Venmo. You can't find no more prison cell. No, it's one word. No more prison cell. Robert Rosso. No more prison cell. If you're still trying to send it, I'd appreciate it. If not, okay. No more prison cell. no S at the end. I think on the YouTube page, it says that. All one word, no. Yeah, no more prison cell, one word. Wow, thank you. Even if you can't do it, it's just the thought. Rob, type in your Venmo for John. So, no, I haven't seen, I don't even know how to get into the Venmo account. I'll tell you right now, hold on. I don't have the Venmo card. See what you can do. I can't. I feel like a fucking scumbag trying to sit here and pursue it like that, for real. Hey, Brandon. What's up, bro? Hey, Brandon. Are you the Brandon from Kentucky we talked to a long time ago or not? Yes or no? Doesn't matter. If I wasn't doing the crank, I'd have been okay. Yeah. The crank, the only good thing about that, well, I love being, so I can't do speed alone. It's got to be, so alcohol, I'm an alcoholic first, probably. I thought I was an opiate addict more because in prison, that's what I craved. But opiates make everything okay, no matter where you're at. I'm an alcoholic first. Man, I'm everything. Really, really. I just have that. I would like to take a test and see about those genes, and I know I've got them. I'm just going to read this real quick. The woo, yes, we've seen it. Oh, you're talking about the hell. These are back. Rob, you need a partner in your ventures, bro. I wish I could tell you, get into the States. I know that. Okay. Listen to Steve Crea's advice. Yeah. Get pigeons and garden, huh? Partner in your shit with some building skills out there. Good partner in your shit. Someone with some building skills, renovation, etc. So I do. So Mike, the guy that was on here, he wants to come out and do stuff. Let's see if I have a house. Like I said earlier, I'm the same shit right now. I think a lot of Americans are. A lot of cars, yeah, for sure. Again, what sucks is, so I am like my judge. I'm grateful that the lady helped me like she did. I'm telling you, she feels like she got bamboozled or something. Rob, what's the total amount that the bank needs up front? 1,700 plus insurance. Yeah, 1,700 plus insurance. That's what it comes out to. Yeah. Maybe Trump will help. Maybe he will. Maybe Trump will help. Oh, yeah, that was funny. Come on. Rob, you got to get your shit together. Start process of, oh, shit. Wait. Rob, you got to get your shit together. Start process of increasing rates and get Venmo straight. There are people who want to help you. I know that. All I got is Cash App. So this is what's happened. I have all that, but I can't get into none of my apps because of email changes, password changes, and phone number changes. All of that. And it was connected to my ex-wife. And it's not like I couldn't call, but I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that, you know? And there'll be some days where I try to work on one app a day. There'll be other days like today where I try to do one thing, it doesn't work, and I'm frazzled. I don't know how to explain it. And I fuck almost like a bitch saying this. I don't know how to explain it. And I'm just lost. So what happened after that today? After I beat the urges, I talked to somebody, and I woke up like 3 to 4 hours later. I passed out. I literally passed out. Like I conked out. Play cards, blackjack, or poker. I do play cards, I do jump into that when I gamble. So gambling, most important thing is raising funds to keep house and pay. Absolutely. Absolutely. And like I said, and I don't mean to sound weird about it, on this channel alone, I'm telling you, in 2 months, I can take care of my cost of living. Really, if I stay consistent, which I'm going to. That little Wi-Fi mix up. So I'm not sure. I don't know if I should drop my videos at 5 o'clock every day or 7 o'clock every day, 5 days a week. And I'm still going to do the addiction and recovery stuff. That is coming. Yeah, that's coming. I can't go down that road. The old dude who always has John Greshner blocked me because I just agreed that we should be giving Ukraine whatever they want. Did you? Ukraine, I mean, we were supposed to back in the day give them whatever they wanted. We backed out of that. The old dude Mike was in the feds with all the ABs. Okay, you're talking about Smiley, Mike or Mitch Smiley. We've talked. I'm going on that show too, out of California. Big respect for that dude. It's the junkie brain, Doug Gross. You're right, and I know my brain's still fucked up. I know that. Somebody's told me that. Anyway, yeah. And look, man, these are just normal people problems, right? Like I told the lady, and I really wigged out on her today. I did. Oh, volume, dude, I love listening to you, bro. Steve, thanks. I freaked out on the lady at the HUD or the PBT place. I said, listen to me, please listen to me. I've been in prison most of my life. I'm not proud of it. I thrive in prison, sadly. I can't function properly in society by myself. That's what I told her. I mean, I was losing it. She was like the bank lady. She just said, okay, well, you got till 4:30. You got to get busy with positive and kick the negative. Doug, I have been doing pretty good. You can probably go back this morning and see it when the call came in. I felt it right then. Paul, I can't right now. You don't understand how far out I am. So I did look into the online stuff. It's not the same. Look, it's not like I'm just doing nothing. It's not. There's things going on. And that will be a part of my life. B1, you betcha, bro. I've been fucked up like Rob, and I got good friends that helped out. You lose this, it's not good. It's great for you. Yeah. Doug Ross. I think it'll be terrible if I lose this. I do. And that's why I'm probably going to take the person up. We'll see. I like NA, and that will be a part of my life. As a matter of fact, I talked to the counselors at the Harbor House that I was at, and there was talk about me applying for a job up there. I said I need to trust myself first, hence what happened today. Plus I need my life in order first. So that means financially just paying my bills on my own. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Everything else will come. I believe in me in the future if I can just get here. That's it. And if I fuck up, I'm going to sit here. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, and I don't want to do this. If I fuck up, I will be right here doing it. I'll just blast a pipe, snort a rail, just get a fucking syringe. I'm going to go like that. I'm going to go all the way out. I know there's people like, oh man, that'd be fucking, that's it, Rob. People like you at bank, you made that woman feel special. She is a friend with a star. That's true. That's true. It was. And it was a big deal. I was the first person to get a life sentence for drugs down here. I got out. Like I said, there's this amazing story going on. I can talk well and speak well to people. I mean what I say when I say it. If I walk away and my demons get control of me, I'm fucked. You know, in prison, I keep my word. You know, out here, I try to, but well, I mean, you guys see what a flake I've been on YouTube. I mean, I think you're living in the middle of nowhere must be very icing after coming home. Yes, Tommy, it is, but it's also good. There's pros and cons about it for real, you know. I would hate. So I hate that my neighbor's dogs bark as much as they do, even though she's cool. She's got 5 I think they're boxer terriers or whatever. I like the space. And like I said, when I drive to Fort Smith or when I drive to Oklahoma, the drive, I love it. It's trees. I don't see the dilapidating house or the addiction or poor people and all that. And I see beauty and not people. I used to sit in my prison cell. I had no idea what a side-by-side was. Don't talk about side-by-side. I don't want to bring that up right now. I had no idea. I used to dream, but I used to go up on my Toyota 4Runner, and just go up on these mountains, and I go up the old logging trails and just go, I'd go hard up there. I used to sit there and dream in my cell. I'd be high on heroin or even sober and just lay back, imagine myself in these mountains. And goddamn, if I didn't get out, excuse my language, and I did it. And it was awesome. It was awesome. I loved it. Loved it. Love it. What is wrong with Suboxone? So what is wrong with Suboxone? So here's my theory about that. I believe my brain is broken and still needs to heal. Okay, you're saying get your Venmo. Hold on. So John, get your Venmo straight. Tried to send $100. Is that the same thing as before? Are you the same? I don't have my. It's not. Okay, there's my Venmo app. Hold on. There's my Venmo right here. What's going to happen? Log in. Email password. Forgot. Can't get in. Don't know my email username or password because it's been changed. I don't even know. I have no idea how to get into it. None whatsoever. I know it's Robert Rosso -19, but I don't have the card. I don't have a card. I only have Cash App. That's all I can say about that. People, do bad. I have a friend, Dusty, that's pissed that I'm not on Suboxone. That's pissed. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And plus, I'll misuse it at times if, nobody's paying $600 for 2 subs, you goof. This is the street, not the pen. They offer me $20 a strip. Taylor, you goof. They offer me $20 a strip. So, whatever. You can't even get an apartment for $600 a month. Yeah, I know. That's my Venmo, George. That's it. Hold on one second, you guys. Hold on one second. I'll tell you if I got a Venmo card. I'll be goddamn. I have a Venmo card. I don't know how to get in my app, but I got a Venmo card. I sure do. Yes, that's my Venmo. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. So I do have the card. So anyway, I'm in Arkansas, JD Hill. I'm in Arkansas. Is it true Marta hooked up with Big Buck at a Little Rock with the massive radiator hose? So that's stupid. I can really say something, but I'm not going to right now. I can't. I don't have mic to so I don't really want people talking about it, but if it makes you feel good, go for it. And by the way, at least I did that. You never could. Yeah, with like Suboxone. So Suboxone also did help with cravings. It's true. Yeah, so the dude Buck, what a fucking lame. What a lame for real. So that just did something inside of me. Not about the radiator hose. I don't care. I've got a radiator hose. Not because of that. It's just what would you even do that for? And I can say something that would totally blow your mind and hurt you right now, but I can't. I won't. I seen property that went for 5 times the value as soon as sold it. Now new owner have plans for strip mall. Rocklanders bite the pillow. I'm going in dry. Oh, you're still talking your stupid shit. That's you. I think so. Oh, silly. Okay, Rob, what's your cash tag? I'll send you something. I'm a recovering addict. I've been trying to rebuild my life for the last few years. I really do understand. My cash app is no more prison cell. No more prison cell. And Like everybody tells me, OG Michael say it, Rob, you got to run it across the screen. And I don't. Hold on. That's another thing I'll write down on a note. Right. Okay. That's for next one. So subs, I got to get worked out and that. And I appreciate you guys send me anything. I appreciate it. Really. $1. It doesn't matter. Thank you. It's bad up here. I tell you, Trudeau screwed country, same pot. Rob, very close to having to move, give house up. Glad you came here, Rob. Someone will help, man. Thanks, Doug. Glad you came on. You're glad I came on and said something? Man, I just look. Hold your head up. It'll all work out. Thanks, Wizard. The reason I did this today is because this morning of what happened. And if you guys didn't see it, it's just towards the end, you can see when the bank called and my whole world melted. I was trying to keep it together for a minute. When I send money out, I like using a wire service in Walmart. I don't like banking online. I like dropping cash off and the other person picks it up. Yeah, Spirit of New Orleans, for sure. Okay, let me see. You should look into the yeah, so I was doing the this, you said vitriol. This is that for alcohol or for Suboxone? So I had the Suboxone shot. I was doing it. I got off it. Mike is very liberal. Spirit of New Orleans. I got off of it and because I didn't like the way it made me feel. Can you start a new PayPal account, new name? Yeah, that's what somebody suggested to me. Yes, they did. Okay, so who's this? Thank you. I just got the cash app notice, William. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Like the Italian. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. No sound? Oh shit. Oh, Buck is an idiot. So you know what I think when people usually say that, especially about black, they have fantasies about black dick. I do believe that. Honest to God, I swear. Especially when you're talking about like a white girl and they put that together, absolutely thinks about going down on one. I do. I swear that's what I believe. So why would you equate that? And I'm huge. I'll say it. Yeah. And I know there's somebody laughing right now that would say, yep. When it works, you will never get another house. I will never get another house. Yeah. Well, sobriety comes first. That's right. Carmela. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's true. And I do hope that somebody out there that is struggling can at least know that, like, if I can pull that off today, that you can too. It's cheap there. Fuck me. I pay $1,400 a month for rents plus utility. Wow. Yeah, it's really cheap, man. I'm telling you, with food costs living $1,500 for me, just for me alone, and that's what with everything. That's just if I want to, just do it. Yeah, for sure. Rob is clean today. Almost fell hard. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I did. And it's just the way, like the whole, man, from one to the next, the brain, the one to the next. Doug, yeah, so the Venmo, it looks like is worked out. I just got to figure out how to get in there. So now I got to go Venmo, PayPal, and Chime. The last thing you need is alcohol. Yeah, I know. I can't, and I don't know how to, I'm not going to delete. Let him be an asshole if he wants. Block that dude. Mike's not around or he would have already done it. No more prison cell. What's up? Ross Assault is what, hold on. Western Union, Rob. Georgie, no more prison cell. Anthony, I was looking at that one. Thanks, Anthony. What's up, bro? You're good. Oh, Anthony, how I just jumped off Suboxone. So I did the shots in prison and I came out and I just didn't do it. Yeah, I went. So I didn't go through it like I thought, but it was a combination of depression from the way I came home and stuff. It was both, you know, but it worked. I did get past that. And I did keep, like I said, straight up. I had 30 strips. It was just there. The person had reached out to me about, so that it wasn't, the person is a random person or somebody that's been following me. We had a conversation about something before, drug wise, not to like do something with each other, but we were both kind of open. That's why he reached out. And it sucked. It sucked because that was like probably a week before I needed to make that payment. It's cheap for what you got, man. Anyway. Arkansas is a great state. I know that you can find, would you ever move back to LA, Rob, Tommy? I highly doubt it. So let's just say that my life changes really good. Let's say I've become successful at whatever and I have money. I don't know, but I'd always want a place here. And I would always like a place down here in this county. I'm not saying this house per se, even though I would like to keep this house, but probably even deeper up in the mountains because I'm surrounded by some mountains and I'd like to go even further up. You just need that hand up, not hand out. That's what you're saying. Spirit of New Orleans, check over the road trucking. Some give you sign on bonus. Oh, I know about, you're talking about trucking. Spirit of New Orleans, you're absolutely right about this too. Arkansas is it's cheap. It's a real good state. It is. It's nice. And Fort Smith is a cool town. It really is. That's the town above. And then I got Poto, Oklahoma on the other side, which is Oklahoma. Okay. You're better off. Let's see. New Orleans, Mr. AB. It's cheap, my bro. On that place. Oil City, 2 apartments, 900. Okay. I didn't realize, I thought, for some reason, always think of Canada as being like not expensive or something. So you guys going to be our 50, Rob, you need to start doing a call-in show. Huh? Yeah. You think you're going to be our 51st state up there in Canada? Okay. Spirit of New Orleans. Let's see. Alabama AB is what you're saying. What about Alabama AB? AB, Alabama, Spirit of New Orleans. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Yes, there's Alabama Aryan Brotherhood. If you didn't see it, if somebody's talking about it, there's that video I did about Debo. It's the fight I got into. He was a fucking idiot. I'm gonna do stuff about them. It has good spring water and largest quartz deposit in the Western Hemisphere. I'm gonna do about all the different AB tips. And I've been thinking more about the sovereign citizen. Was that you? Who brought that up? Was it Ron or Doug? It is a great state. There's a lot of cool band members from some B bands. Land with great outdoor spaces. Doug Ross. No. Oh, not the Aryan Brotherhood. Oh, AB Alabama. I got you. Got you. Oh, I see what you just said. No Greenland will. Rob, we're the same as you, just the barbed wire. I got you. Greenland will, huh? Okay. I don't even know where that came from, that whole Canada. What? I mean, aren't you guys still under the crown? How would that even work? But who knows? Arkansas is the largest. Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, the top Fortune 500 companies all up in northwestern Arkansas. It's a total different world. You go to Fayetteville, it's like a little California, though. The college kids are running around with masks half the time on their face still. Yeah, it's funny. More crowded. COVID really made it crowded up there. I got a friend up there. Well, we haven't talked in a while. Old friend, former friend, whatever. Has a place around the lake, but it's super crowded up there now too. Let's go. Yeah. So one of the fantasies that we had, me and my sister, was to do Doug Ross, no crown. Aren't you guys? Wait, isn't Canada still under the crown, like Australia, so to speak? One of the fantasies had is about fixing this town up, and it can be done. My sister had California real estate money, and she's got some rich friends. And I think one of the problems with this is there's still people that need to die out. And I don't mean that in a bad way, like that are from here that don't want things to change, which I totally understand. There's something about being able to have like you can have like a fanciest home you want, and then your next door neighbor living in a cardboard box. To me, there's something cool about that, but then people kind of don't like that. And I mean that there are some people that live without running water and stuff like there are. I'm gonna probably do another video of the town. Last time I did it, a friend of mine felt like people flipped. I had four people knocked on my door. Why are you taking cameras and what are you doing and stuff like that? I just ran a video, but I don't know what the word got out that I was filming the town or something. But a friend of mine's brother who's now passed away had a house that didn't have running water and stuff, and he felt that I disrespected him by putting that up there. Really, I should have did a GoFundMe for me. He would have been a millionaire. If I flood out again, I may end up in Arkansas because I know I'll be able to survive there long term. Yeah. Northwest Arkansas is chaos. Trafficy. That's why it's chaos. It's a lot of traffic. Oh, Doug, you mean up in Canada? So I don't think I can go to Canada. I can actually fly in for 2 weeks, right? Or something like that. But isn't there parts of the border up there, Montana-ish, that like are just open, you can just go through? Okay, 7Q. Growing too fast, property stupid expensive because of Walmart. So Walmart's Bentonville is Walmartville. Yep. Overcrowded. Yes. And really COVID, like my friend's property shot up almost double during COVID as people were coming because it's like a little California in certain spots, but Canada still calls the king of England king. Okay, I got you, Georgia. Yeah. Felons can't go to Canada. I'm one of them. So I know you can fly in for 2 weeks. I know somebody who did it. Okay. I don't know why's my mouth so dry? I don't know the whole, I can't drink the water. Oh, this is the good water. Had to fly in on a plane for 2 weeks. I know that happened. My other friend that I was talking about, we haven't talked in a while, felon with firearms crossing into Canada for 17 years hunting. And after 17 years, they stopped the car and they said, you can't come back. That happened. My friend's another one I haven't talked to, Steve. Fort Smith was a kick-ass town back in the day. Yeah. Fort Smith is cool. It's cool. Cleo Epps ran Fort Smith. I'm not sure who Cleo had all the vice there. Oh, I'm not sure. Is that one of the old? So they got a lot of history in Fort Smith for sure. New to the channel, Canada sucks. Eric, thanks for joining. Canada sucks. Wow, I was watching so I've been watching these murder mysteries and stuff. There was this dude up in Canada living out in the woods that shot a couple people or something. He was like, I don't know, I forgot the dude's name. It was actually a good documentary. How about Wasso? See what he's saying. 30-second delay. Ask some old timers, Fort Smith, about Cleo Epps. Okay. So I got my lawsuit going on with the jail. Eric Slitters, what are you guys talking about? I live in Detroit. We need a special log. Okay, let me go back up there. Hold on. I live in Metro Detroit. We need a special logo on our ID to cross over to Canada or Mexico. Oh, okay. Oh, that's Chronic Gore, the real Chronic G. Okay, right on. Thanks for putting that out there. The crown has fuck all to do with Canada for years. Okay, but seriously, don't they have some connection to it still, don't they? Like Australia, I believe, I don't know. Who knows? I'll probably Google it. We can find out just as quick. Some dude in my town sniped his 2 neighbors over the weekend over neighborly dispute, then had a standoff for a few hours over themselves. Dirty G's. Andrew, let's see what you have to say. I've been following you from the beginning, and you gave me some great advice a couple years back to stay on the straight and narrow. I wish I could have followed my own advice, Andrew, but thank you for that. I don't know if we talk personally. I used to talk to a lot of people personally, and that was another issue because I spent a lot of time at nighttime. Shit, man, there was a lot of guys about suicide. Walked some guys down off the edge on suicide. Yeah. Yeah. And I thought about all those people after I really fucked my life up and relapsed too. I did. It's true. Anyway. Okay, so I think I'm gonna, well, I don't care. I don't care if you guys want to stay on, I don't care. I don't really, what am I gonna do? No. It's 9:27. Well, maybe I'll sleep. I don't know. I slept too long today now. Robert Wasso said suicidal people contact him. Yeah. You'd be amazed. You'd be amazed. Yeah, man. It was anyway. Yeah. So I hate to bring this up and keep bringing it up with my ex. So background was psychology, so she would listen a couple times, and yeah, it was true. Pick one: Rolling Stones or Beatles? Rolling Stones. I don't know, man. I like them both. I like Rolling Stones and Beatles both. I really do. Stones is probably my favorite band as a kid. Yeah. Beatles, my favorite song is My Life. No, they can't contact me no more. I don't answer the phone like that no more. Not right now anyway. I had 2 phones back then. Life was good. And I had like the phone number up, I think on the page, the homepage of this. I did. And sometimes it was because I was staying up and drinking too. Yeah. Fuck. Anyway, George, you're talking about no more prison cell again. That's my Cash App. So I don't know if that Venmo thing was sent. If it was, it was. I don't even know if I'd know how it was. Yeah, anyway. Well, whatever. I just thought that counted. Let's see. Okay. You're human, and thanks for being so open and honest. Give yourself a break. Andrew, thank you. Megadeth or Metallica? Metallica, but really? So, I grew up in the 80s. I like the 70s stuff. Listen to Top 40. I liked punk. I liked English, the ska bands. The Jam was probably one of my favorite bands. The Jam was. I also liked the dance stuff. Yeah, I did. I used to go to before they're called raves, there were undergrounds. Went to a lot of them. I surfed. I grew up surfing. So I was a surfer growing up is what I was. And I hung around dudes that were punk. But was for all intents and purposes a surfer. Okay. Doug Ross. Canada's a great place to live. I've been all down the east coast of US to Daytona for bike week, plus spent months in Detroit working, loved all the places I've been, but happy to get home. Right on. Black Flag, San Pedro, buddy. There it is. Black Flag was good. I'm not into I'm not into either one. Black metal, death metal. Really, I'm not. I don't mind it. It just never was. Not disco. Well, I don't mind. Yeah. So I like the Bee Gees. Yeah. So who was the other day? I was at my friend's and we were listening to fucking 70s shit for hours. The Edmonds Fitzgerald. Uh, oh God, I'm drawing a blank now. We were on there. We were listening. It was weird. It was actually pretty fun. So my friend's a trip, the guy down the street. If you ever seen the video about the Getting place, that's what I'm talking about. Cockney Rejects, the jam, Meat Puppets, good. The Dickies, the Toy Dolls, dig that groove, baby. But I like the jam. I like the English beat. Probably my English beat and the jam were my two favorite out of England. And I saw the drummer of the jam died recently. Ever see water react to heavy metal? Misfits, fuck, man, you're bringing up some good ones. Disrupts all of your cells in your body. I was into classic rock, but went to the Y dances every Tuesday night. Yeah, the Y dances. Hall or Oates? Eric, what are you doing? Hall. The Specials. Yeah. How are we getting the music scene? That's cool. Dude, I liked Madonna when she came out, causing you to read. Yeah. I had 3 older sisters, man, you know? Yeah. Surfing USA, the Beach Boys. It was all disco. The girls were great. Hall and Oates was the shit back in the day. Yeah. The Ramones. Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, buddy, you're awesome wherever you lock. Okay. Hey, buddy, you're awesome. Brian Lapkin, were you ever locked up with Dean Kilberry? I don't recognize that name. Do you know where he was? The Deftones. Okay. Get up, kids. JD. You're doing, man, JD, you're doing fucking good, bro. I remember the first 3 years of MTV. What was the first video on MTV? I watched it. I came home from Arizona at my aunt's house. So I had, she was an aunt by blood who had a crush on because she used to like be naked. I came home from Lake Havasu just so I can watch MTV launch. Video killed the radio star. That's what it was. And I think Jack and Diana was tried Dire Straits. No, that wasn't the first one. It was Video Killed the Radio Star, but Dire Straits was there. It was Video Killed the Radio Star. Look it up. Yeah. Money for Nothing. Yeah. Mellencamp, Cheap Trick. And then how did it get ruined? Yo, MTV Raps. I sound like a racist sometimes. I swear when I talk about culture and stuff. No. Yo, MTV Raps. I was never into that. Yeah, I never was. Remember the Black Wall MTV symbol? No, I don't remember the Black Wall MTV signal. I don't. What was it? I remember Michael Jackson Thriller. I like John Cougar Mellencamp a lot. MTV was great for those people ruined it. I like John Cougar, and then I went to his show, and my ex-wife liked him a lot too. And he saw her, and she would have like left me. It really pissed me off because it's cool, you know. You don't think that somebody's can pull your old lady. He could have pulled her like right there in front of me, and she was just like in a trance too. My first wife was really pretty too. She was She would have won best looking in high school. Yeah. So I've been blessed. I've been blessed. Paper on Fire. Yeah. This iconic first year's Paper and Fire, the white trash anthem. Paper and Fire. Yeah. Um, what's the first one he sang? Watching on the Booth Center. Wild Summer Nights. I like that one a lot. Jimmy Buffett. Best new band is Reek of the Unseen Gas Fumes. What? Every time I run across white trash at the local dollar store, I recite the song Paper and Fire. Yeah. Plenty of that down. Where are you at? Are you in Spirit? Oh, you're in, duh. So I'm assuming you're in Louisiana. Dollar General. What is up with fucking Dollar General? Something evil about Dollar General. And all these girls are getting Dollar General bodies. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's what I see. Dollar General bodies everywhere. And if you don't know what that means, it's like a big stomach pouch. That song also reminds me of Ohio. I'm spinning albums today. Every song you said I have an album. Okay. You still have albums, huh? Dollar General bodies. Yeah. I coined that phrase at Cimarron because all the girls, there was a bunch of correctional officers there, and there were some of them that were pretty good looking. They all had Dollar General bodies. Big, their guts. It's not like beer bellies. They hang down like to their knees, kind of, you know. And some of them aren't even that fat. But they got these Dollar General bodies rocking them. Pepsi tummy. Yeah, yeah. Clapton, Hendrick. What about the Clash? I like the slash. What was I going to say? So who? Oh, it was my ex-wife's sister's best friend used to date the bodyguard of Slash. Yeah. And they stayed down. They went to Columbia. Dirty Shorts and Marlboro. Yep. That's good. They stayed down in Columbia. They did a tour there, and they ended up staying there for a month high on cocaine. And his name was Ron. His job was just to run it back and forth and just get coke for them all the time. Stayed for like a month, just stayed down in Columbia. He said that Axel was a bitch. Hated Axel. It was pretty fun. I'm going to say that. JD, you came up with this song shit. You did a good job, bro. You ran this for about 30 minutes. Yeah, I appreciate that. Oh, I'm supposed to say push like if you liked it or whatever. There's 95 people in here right now. What else you guys want me to talk about? Dude's running the DJ. I wish I can play the songs, right? All right. Okay. My host rage is a classic. Okay. Well, if you're not going to make comments, then I'm going to go in a minute. I think, right? Been here a while. Are we good? I cried again tonight. Oh, my life's so hard and terrible. No, it's not. It's not. I just got to get past this phase. That's all. Yeah, I think I will. Agnostic. Okay. Agnostic front true and wait. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Agnostic front true NYCH. I'm not sure. Just got done. Blizzard here, 3-inch snow. Really? I'm not ready for the summer. I don't want it to be hot yet. I sleep like shit at night when it's hot, first of all, and I sweat too easy, man. You're going to get the cash, Rob. Doug Ross? Cash from what? I'm sorry. No, JD, you're fine. You're fine. No, that was actually cool. You know, look, it's hard to sit up here and talk for a long time. I mean, I knew what I was going to say. I mean, I can talk. Don't get it twisted. But yeah, that was something totally different. It was good. It was cool. And I appreciate it, really. Um, keep thinking about $1,700. I'm sorry. Oh, I got it. So Doug, you're trying to say that I'm going to come up with the money somehow is what you're saying. Are you going to get it? Um, yeah, it looks that way. It looks that way. I'm gonna spare Nori and said yes. So something came up, like I said, right before I came on. Uh, when you borrow, you have to pay back. But I think this is worth it. I can't imagine a different scenario. It just doesn't make any kind of sense, you know? So yeah. Later, dude, music is the drug. There you go. Yeah, Arkansas some duck fart. What's up? Arkansas summer get really beautiful. I mean, really brutal. Keep thinking about it until it shows up. So you're channel it is what you're saying. Best is that like blase blase? Don't let people get to you, bro. Just try your best. That's all we can do. Thank you. Bessa Bessie. Is that what you're saying? Good man. Take it if it's there. Yeah. 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 I probably will. I will. I was gonna say, so I got that lawsuit. If you guys don't know, it's in the jail. I'm getting the thumb drive. Is that what it's called? Thumb drive or something? What's it called? You plug it in and you can see. They have all the body cams of this shit. So it's gonna be me getting dragged down the stairs. I'm gonna look so fucking stupid. I already know it's gonna look ridiculous, but I'm gonna put it on YouTube. And it's gonna be me at the DHO in front of like the prison disciplinary committee. And I'm lighting this bitch up. I went in there. I know prison policy and stuff. And you're going to see what a sham a prison DHO hearing is. That's going to be the best part of it. But doing what I did, making them take me to court, drag me to court, it's going to look really fucking stupid. I know it is, but I'm all in now. That's its content, right? I got to the point in my addiction. I went and robbed the guy I was buying my shit from to get wife out of jail. Wow, JD. Okay. You figured he owed you. Yeah. Yeah. Spirit in Orleans says that'll get some views. I was really lucky as a drug dealer as far as getting that shit it wasn't even a part of my life. Violence over drugs and stuff, nothing. And I'm going to tell you, I could have so easily been robbed. I never had a gun. I never fucked with a gun. I never got in a fight over stuff. When I moved to Arkansas, lived up on the hill, I had guns for a while, and then I almost committed suicide. I got rid of guns. That's true. Made a real attempt with played Russian roulette. So, people talk about the guns jammed and all that stuff. I hear so many people talk about that, and I don't believe half of them. In my case, I had a 9mm that did jam. So it was more like playing Russian roulette, but I did. I did put it in my mouth and I did pull. I actually, and then I got rid of the gun afterwards. My first wife made me. But yeah. But paper, anyway. Back then, when I was dealing drugs, I ran around, man, I stepped into it. I never, like the conspiracy that got me put in jail, the amounts of money I made was fucking stupid. I couldn't leave home without at least $5,000 in my pocket or at an organizer. I commonly had $20,000 to $100,000 on me. It was stupid. I was a mark for real. In my house, I had 4 places. Never locked. Well, one place I locked the door. Never locked any doors. Kept the keys in the car. All that. You know who robbed me? My second wife. She got me good. One day is so bad. Next is do good. It's all fucked up. Like if you do good to others and live half decent good, things will come your way. Doug, I believe you. USB thumb drive. Thank you. I relapsed. The justice system wasn't right when I walked. Okay. I relapsed. The justice system wasn't right when I watched a judge let off a pedo, but kept a dude in jail for 30 days for a stolen car. Man, that whole going soft on sex offenders is a fucking weird. I just like guns, but now I don't care for them. Oh, realized. Yeah, sorry. Opiates is a warm, fuzzy blanket when you're, yes, it is. And I know how you can tell if a gun was made in Jamaica. Oh, this is going to be, go for it. JD Hill, I had same shit I done, bro. Oh shit. Yes, I've been there, JD. Jewelry store was a mess. Okay. In Louisiana, sexual battery on a child doesn't carry a mandatory minimum, but distribution of marijuana. Yeah. Louisiana tried to get a child sodomy death penalty, and the Supreme Court said no. I bet you they wouldn't right now. I bet you they wouldn't right now. What was I going to say? Oh, Barbara, I married a crack whore. We were just on a run. She liked girls as much as I do, so it was all good. And used to recruit them and bring them home. Yeah. But that bitch robbed me. Man, she got me. $40,000. Yeah. Jojo. And then gave me a life sentence and then testified against me. And then when I got out 2 days later, she called me, hey baby, 20 something years later, like it was yesterday. Anyway, look, I'm gonna go, you guys. Actually had some fun. Got my mind off shit. I appreciate it. Seriously. Thank you guys for your support. Any new subs, thank you. I'm going to do something about the arms, area resistance militia, I think, for tomorrow. Also, I know a guy that got out on compassionate release. I'll probably do something about him. Of course, before I go, I'll finish answering these. I see a bunch shooting up. Guy named Smitty out of West Virginia. Dude gets out on compassionate release from the hospital because he's dying. I forgot what kind of cancer, neck, something. He was a deuce head in the jail, in the prison, hardcore. Gets out, gets a dirty urine. I don't know what it's for. One dirty urine. So he gets out because he's dying, so he can go home and die with his family. Gets high on the street. He got high every day in the joint. It's a dirty, and they sent him back, I think, for 4 years. Let him die in prison for a dirty urine. Now, I'm not sure how. Judge lets him out. I mean, we're talking like a 20-year sentence, and he does like 4 or 5 years, okay? So he's supposed to do like 17 off that. So the judge gives him an extreme break. Has dirty urines and a fight while he's in jail. Still lets him out because of the seriousness of his illness. One dirty urine and then sends him back to die. You know, there's some people that would say, well, he got out and got high, but he got high the whole time in jail. I mean, if Fortune Robin spent it all thinking never going to end well, yeah, end up losing it all. Shout out to JD Delay, make pedophiles afraid again. JD Hill, yeah. So I like that guy. I like he's boss on YouTube, right? At first I kind of thought he was like a caricature. Not as much as Wes Watson, but I have respect because he's in the recovery thing. I've got a lot of respect for that guy. Take care of yourself. God bless JD. He was dying. Might as well let him get high. Okay, Nicholas. San Pedro. I wonder if the U.S. would be so tough on drugs if it wasn't for all the inner city violent crime. So, I mean, what's up, Mike? Damn, I could have used you a little while ago. There was some idiot in there. I should have called, though. Anyway. Yeah, okay, I'll stay. Doug Ross is saying people are still here. Throw me something and we'll talk. Yeah, because I see that too. And it's not like I've got something to do, you know? I feel like I'm kind of boring people, but more people here now. So you think he's a little bit too loud because he does have, so JD Delay, he does have that, come on guys kind of thing. But he says really good stuff, you know, like, so I do. I like him. I like him. I sub to him. And like I said, he's about that addiction recovery. I think he wanted to this kid just die on some cocaine or something, fentanyl in it. Hit you with some morphine, JoJo. Yeah. But that Wes Watson dude, man, therapy for so many things to let me know. Mike, I know. Mike, I know. Excuse me. Did you hear that whistle? That's a hole in my nose from cocaine. You hear that? Yeah. I can put it's about as big as that, my nose right here. Like I can put stuff in and run it. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. So let's get back to the inner city thing. Question. So what if the inner cities didn't get that bad? Well, the drug thing started before that, and it probably was racist. Black guys with big lips smoking marijuana. I've actually seen advertisement with that. The Mexicans, they're saying what, so there was some definite things. Then you had the cocaine. The jazz guys are doing cocaine and screwing white women. So yeah, there's definitely some racism in the drug laws. Drugs is a business here in America. They make money when they import it, sell it, seize it, wrestle proceeds, and then on top they make money off you being. That's what it's about. And how do you rewind that? The DEA, what the fuck? The DEA is nothing but an intelligence agency in different countries. Okay, they let drugs come in here. Now I can say that the border, in the last 10 years, well, especially in the Biden administration, was wide open. But I mean, we're going back to the Colombian days with the Medellin cartels and stuff. They were actually letting it come in and following the money back. It took them 10 years to wipe out the Medellin and the Cali cartels doing that. How many people died? How many prison systems got filled? And yet, society's clamoring for this once again, tough on fentanyl, which, it's fucked because these guys are poisoning, doing the poison thing with it. I say if you got somebody who's doing that with fentanyl and you're in that life, do the right thing. Do the right thing if you're about it, with people with poison. Yeah, Wes Watson may go to joy. I bet you he PCs up. I have a feeling he's going to PC up. And I say that because he's going to be too much of a mark. And I don't think he's cut like that to walk the line and just go take it. I don't. It takes somebody who doesn't care about life or death. That just accepts it. And it's an attitude you have to have. Oh, was he abused as a kid? Yeah, he lost his son recently to cocaine. I think it was recent. Short stop, allegedly. There was one dude a Mexican dude that I saw talk about Wes Watson and said that he slang him. He ended up losing, but he said he's a douche for real. All right. Kicks Fix 502, Louisville. Yeah. The 1972 Scheduled Drug Act was a direct reaction. Yes, it was. Okay. But fentanyl doesn't kill as many people as alcohol, tobacco, and obesity. The big thing is obesity. I had a problem when probation sent me to counselors that were really fat, telling me about addiction. Poor girl, smoked cigarettes. She just crazy. I'll never forget. I was in a session and I was like having a mental breakdown. It was a bad one, right? And I think I'd been up on meth. And then I went in, I'd done it like a couple days ago, I stayed up. Then I went in and it was like, oh, and I talked, no bullshit, for like 57 minutes of an hour session. And then it was one sentence. And then I go, okay, so did you get all that? And she goes, would you like to try some breathing exercises? And I look at her and I'm like, no, I want to punch you in the face, you fat. I lost it. Matter of fact, she was fired. I was a slave to heroin for 20 years. Thank God you're off of it. Make drugs great again. I know you're joking. So I don't have to keep whistling. What's good, OG? Married with Hey, Johnny. Dope was actually dope. What up, John Mac? Johnny, why do I always, every time I see you, I'm going to call you, and then I never do because, well, the beginning of the show, I talked about possibly losing the house, so we'll see. I would say very little people are using opiates compared to 20 years ago. I don't know. I don't know. All the federal agencies will get you one way or the other. They lie, cheat, steal an innocent man or in jail because of dirty system. We push back. Free Stephen Crea. Steve's a great guy. Man, what a fucked up case he's got. What a fucked up deal he got. One person, a jailhouse rat, my understanding, says that Steve said this or that. Originally, Steve's lawyers have it where the guy can't even go testify. When during the middle of trial, when they're losing, they get to bring the guy in, and that one person convicts Steve. That's in a nutshell, I believe. I don't mind Wes, don't watch him, but no need to hate the man, and I don't wish prison on anybody. Jojo, that's pretty good. No, really, that's you're absolutely right. I'm not wishing that on Wes. He put himself so far out there by being, he's a caricature of a prisoner. Like he's, you can do that on YouTube. He's not doing that in the joint, but he did that to himself. But you know what? That was a really good comment. That's a really good comment. It was. You're right. Malpractice each year. Johnny Mac, all good. Yep. Montauk. New Orleans had 6 methadone clinics with about a dozen physicians providing opiates 20 years ago. Montauk, what's up, buddy? Today, only one clinic is no plank. I believe humans as a whole are swaying away. Okay. From substance abuse. Like I said earlier, you don't see too many people smoking cigarettes anymore. You're absolutely right. You're right. And I still think they can make a drug that stops you from having addiction cravings. I do. Whatever. We'll see. Hey, Johnny, look up what's that cemetery? Shiloh. Look up Hartford, Arkansas, Hart, or Mansfield, Arkansas, and look up Shiloh Church. I did a video with that. There's a church real close by me where the pastor back in like 18 something was screwing all the young girls in the town. And a pregnant girl went to church during the sermon and said, I'm pregnant and it's his baby, the preacher. They kicked all the women out. The men in church did away with her, raped her and everything, then lit her on fire and burned her out back. I did a video a long time ago, it's probably 2 years ago around Halloween. And I think Welcome to Shy, I forgot. That's a really interesting place, and you can feel weird shit out there. And I know there's a bunch. So I know where abandoned cemeteries are right here, 10 minutes from my house. A lot of babies, a lot of kids. About 15, actually about 20 minutes by my friend's house, all grown up that you really like. But I don't have a place for you to like stay down here. If you guys came, if you want to swing through the day, I'd like to see you for real. And but that cemetery is something that you'd want to see. And I mean, like I said, there's trees growing through. It's crazy. But for paranormal stuff, most humans are constantly evolving. Yeah. Anyway, I just thought about that because I saw you. Shiloh. They have something on Reddit, like people telling stories about that whole deal. All right. So what else, you guys? What else? Okay. Let's plan something. I'll come out. Yeah. So I don't think you were here earlier. So we're going to see, like right now, the bank's trying to take my house away, like real quick. But by the time I put the title up and came on, something came up. So we'll see. But like people are telling me here, have a positive attitude, think positive. We'll see. Okay. But yeah, I would love to. Just the house is in terrible shape to have like people. I have 3 rooms and I don't have like beds for you guys to stay. I would love to, you know. I never watched the story about Stephen Crea. Wait a minute. You got to watch a heroin addict and his father with the feds made Stephen Crea and his crew. Oh, I thought you meant Steve was a heroin addict for a second. So the second girl I ever had sex with was in a cemetery, Judge. Actually, was she the third? Spirit of New Orleans over here in UK, we're still smoking. Yeah, that's true, right? You guys still do. Oh, pull a camper yeah, there's a lot of camping space in my backyard for sure. And it's getting to be summer. All right. But Steve, I need to see the story about Steve. Just like I keep saying, what a real good guy. I've been vaping for 6 weeks. I think that there's something with vape it's really, really bad for people. I don't know. It just seems like it. I don't know. I did some of like one of the marijuana vape things before one time. Marijuana sounds old, huh? Fuck, Rob, you got to let people come, man. Sleep anywhere, man. Shit with hammocks, yeah. It's just the house is in such poor fucking shape. It sucks. Poor people in the U.S. have free health care. Stop. Not only do I not qualify, can I not get food stamps? My health care coverage is fucked right now. Yeah. I told them my projected income. I think I said just based on YouTube or something. And I said between 15 and 18,000 or something like that. They went to Medicaid or Medicare, whatever one. Then they said I didn't qualify, and then I didn't make enough for any other kind of coverage is where I'm at right now. Yeah, I forgot. That's another woe is me story. Another woe is me. But remember, you guys, Robert Ross was always the victim. Okay. Sucks. Anyway, why not rent the rooms out? Because it'd be methamphetamine all over the place, Jojo. That's why you couldn't just rent a room out to somebody right now that doesn't have issues, you know? If you own a home, you can't get shit. Pulled the dude over on the highway, Rob. The guy got busted with heroin. Oh, I got you. Okay. I got you. Spirit of New Orleans. Well, it's all in the tax and depends where you live. Jojo AZ. Oh yeah, he's laughing about it's true, but I think that's going to change. Meth is getting ready to go up. Poor people on meth need to batten down the hatches. Just walk away if it needs a lot of work, Charles. And this is something else. This is another thing. The work it needs, if I have a friend, Mike Miller up in Kansas, come down and a couple guys, it can probably, be done for something. I don't have a place to walk away to. I can't go rent a place because of my bad credit. I came out of prison and had no credit, never dealt with banks. I was a drug dealer. Got 18 credit cards. And fucked that all up. Gamble. That was gambling. Yeah. Anyway, that's the past. That's right. Multiculturalism is ruining Europe. And somebody else said that to me recently. That's from Europe. Also, I think probably fentanyl will also go up in price with the whole border crisis thing going on. Yes, except you can't order from the dark web. I'm here to testify. I don't know where, and I wouldn't tell anybody if I did. Was it 23 or 24 when I didn't do that. that I saw that happen. 1 gram straight from China, went to had an Australian something on it too. $100 Bitcoin, pure fentanyl. And it said mix 100 times. 100 times. Yeah, I did. And my dumb ass did a granule and almost died. But the new thing is trank. That's what's going on the East Coast and in Oregon, from what I understand. Doug, what I needed, what the fentanyl thing, if I was just talking about, happened back when. So, Rob, whatever, Rob, you locked up for a long time and you really needed that now. It's out of your system. I'm not really sure, but yeah, my system is, I mean, I'm sure my head would test positive still for buprenorphine, but well, my back hair. The more money they borrow for the century, the more refugees they need to take in. Oh, I got you, Doug. I lived, Rob. I OD'd on the shit, never touched it again. Yeah, I got you. The gambling. Oh, I got you. Yeah, okay. Yes. You really needed that now. It's out of your system. Yeah. I got past today, right? They say we'll take one day at a time. Yeah, I did. Oh, okay. What else? So guys, still got 90 something people in here. Well, to secure the loan, Spirit of New Orleans. Would you say stay calm? I'm going back to the other nations. Oh, central bank. Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want me to add or say? Or talk about? I'm trying to think. Yeah, but what about that guy? Gets out what, 7? So he got out 12 years early and got a dirty urine, and they're sending him back to die. I'm going to do a video about that probably. I might be able to get him on the phone too, but we'll see. Everything works out. Wizard. Yeah. So every time you hear about more overtime pay for government employees, you know more are coming. Taco Bowman, Jody High Roller. You have brought this up before and you want to know about Taco Bowman. Okay, this is what I can tell you about Taco Bowman. Damn it. I'm going to do a video about that sometime because I have more stuff written down. Taco Bowman went to Coleman USP 2, which is a dropout joint. That's the first thing that was wrong, okay, with Taco, that people noticed. Taco should have never been in that prison. Okay. So then he gets to Butner and he's dying. And so this is one of the things in Butner, the phone are right in front of cells. Every time you talk on the phone, somebody can hear you in the Butner hospital. And he was overheard trying to cut deals, and they didn't want no deal. They didn't want no information from him. And then his cellie, he talked with his cellie about it, and he didn't give a fuck because he was dying. I got like his room number, the cellie's name. I got all that stuff down because I know people would be a little bit salty. But I will tell you this too. I have been contacted by some outlaws that said that was true. And I know people say who, what. So it's not breaking news. You know, I don't know Taco. I know Frank Wheeler really, really well. Frank Wheeler was really disillusioned with the way things went on or going on with the outlaws now. But Then again, from what I understand from other outlaws, Frank did some stuff that they didn't like. So Frank had his own little issues. From what I understand, Frank was good to me. Uh, Frank James Wheeler, they called him Frank because he was frank with people. But yeah, I met him in Butner Hospital. Then we were at Terre Haute together. But me and Frank talked a lot. Josh Yancey is a friend of mine. He used to hang out with Frank too. I like Frank. Mad, I liked Jaeger. Not Madman so much. I just didn't jive with him. I met a real good outlaw in Cimarron. What was his name? Chaos from Kentucky. I liked him a lot. I have to take them. Thanks, Doug. Thanks. It's been a good day, brother. Things have gotten better. Your minds are. This is actually therapeutic for me. Another war, another loan. Yeah, Taco. He was the leader of the outlaws, so he died at Butner, and I did a video about it before. I'm not getting too much pushback. Anytime you talk about somebody like that, you know, first of all, the sources I would have to really trust, you know, and I know that Spike and RV, yeah, listen, so I don't want to, I'm not doing that. I know that there's other outlaws that felt that way. I'm not trying to, I didn't mean Spike or RV. I'm not trying to put imaginary panda. Chattel because the Anglo-Saxon Americans are not having children. Yeah. So we have to import chattel. You're right. Whites and Europeans aren't breeding no more, huh? Yep. Yes. He died and he wanted out. I think, Rob, to die with family. Well, I didn't hear to die with family. He wanted out. And they wanted nothing. The feds wanted nothing to do with them. And his lawyer was telling him that. He was like freaking out. So that's what it was. And I did ask the person if I can put his name. I forgot what we agreed to. One of the guys that overheard the phone call. Yeah. Anyway. Rob, who runs the feds? Who is the strongest in your opinion? There is no one person running the feds. A-Rod, NJ. There are, so different prisons, there'd be different gangs. So like in one prison, the SAC would run it. I have not been in a USP for a while. I've talked to guys that were coming from USPs. So I know that at, let's say, for example, I think it was Beaumont. So my friend Eminem, who will be getting out here in a month, got not compassion release. Biden let him out. Pardon, clemency, life sentence. Funny motherfucker, funny fat guy. He was at Beaumont for 17 years, stayed at USP Beaumont, 17 years. You got to be, so and you'll see him. He's like a cartoon, not a tough guy. But you've got to be pretty decent to stay at Beaumont 17 years and be in the drug scene. It means your word's good. He's a shiner, makes a lot of shine. He wants to shine on YouTube. Yeah, you guys will see him. But nobody, so SAC in some prisons, I make reference to SAC a lot. And that's one of the gangs that really amazes me just because of the founding. Yo boys, this one guy, Tin Man, basically. And then, but at the same time, I watched them patch up some dude that was, I told Tin Man's brother that the guy, I told him right in front of him, I said, look, the dude basically checked in. Taz was his name. And he patched him anyway, Crazy Train. And I guess he became some big shot caller. He was a prospect for the Dirty White Boys. And then he got handed a knife and it was real. And he said, oh shit, not about this. Usually prospects don't get handed a knife. Shit was jumping. And he was like prospecting for a week under a guy named TC. And was like, it's time to roll. And he's like, what? Okay, no, I don't think I'm cut for that, brother. The DOJ runs it, and they're the strongest. Did that AB thing tonight. It does irk me, and I wish other prison channels, they can talk about the hella shit that they do or when they run something, but I wish they would stop with reading from the Southern Poverty Law Center. I'm not talking about one person in particular. I'm talking about everybody. Even news reporters and all that. I wish they would be more honest about it. Like the video I did not, you would almost think was too much the opposite way. Like saying, I watched it. I watched it actually as it premiered, and afterwards I was like, oh, because I went too much in the opposite direction. Like people might have got the takeaway that I thought that they're not shit at all, but that's not true either. I just would like a more balance. So yeah, I did a fair and balanced. I played Fox News. I'm fair and balanced because I played the other side of the spectrum. They're just not what they were. That's all. But who runs it? So Beaumont, I think that I think the ABT was a couple years ago for a minute. It switches, and I think in Pollock, I think two of the UABs were like the strong guys in the yard. So here's how that works. It's not necessarily just gang numbers. You can have somebody that has that personality, that has that leader personality, that guys that like what the guys, people like what the guy's saying. For example, and I got to do one about him, and I should do it next week. Gary Settle, he is a friend. We were not close in prison. We beefed even in Butner right now. I still consider him a good friend. We were cut from two different cloths. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you guys a little teaser on the video. Gary Settle saved Woody Harrelson, the actor, from going to prison. I repeat, Gary Settle saved Woody Harrelson from going to prison as part of what happened with his father. You guys can Google it. Gary Settle got caught with they were escaping from Atlanta and got caught. They were going over the wall, and the inmates started yelling, CO, CO, they're going over the wall. USP Atlanta, 1995, I think it was. Woody Harrelson, the feds say, was involved in the aftermath, the money on the car outside and the gun. I've got it all written down, and I got permission to talk about it. But that is a fact. Gary Settle is somebody that came to Leavenworth in 2000. I was already running with the Dirty White Boys and came out of the ADX. He was the first person I ever knew, white guy, that came out of the ADX. And people were like, they didn't treat him like a celebrity, but he had some kind of a status for getting out of the ADX. He was a bank robber, 140 or 70 years, like 8 banks, and they got him on the new law where they stacked because he had a gun. They gave him 25 years for the gun, stacked 5 times, whatever, or the opposite. Doug Ross gifted one convict membership. Doug Ross gifted another convict membership. Okay, and by the way, I've got this down. I'm going to do something with these memberships. I wish I had help, but I can figure that out. I'm sure, so that it actually means something. But Gary Settle, he made me. We weren't even really friends, but I remember talking to him afterwards. He talked about ADX, and he made me want to go to ADX. Like, I got it in my head that ADX would be a good place because I like being in the cell by myself. I started writing. I can do a workout routine. But I was like aspiring to go to ADX once upon a time after I met Gary Settle. And I was going to do it by violence. I was pissed off that I got a life sentence. I wanted to earn my life sentence. And you guys can read between the lines on that. But he was the guy. Anyway, then afterwards, he ends up going to Coleman, where there's gangs, and runs the yard. He ran that yard and had work strikes just by his personality. Then went to Beaumont, did the same thing when it was all a bunch of gangs, and has that personality. So I'm bringing that up because it's weird how people can run things. There was even a guy named Carl from California who arguably ran the Dirty White Boys, and he wasn't a dirty white boy just because he was older and they looked up to him. Kind of like maybe John Gotti, we can argue, had influence or ran the Aryan Brotherhood, even though he was paying but maybe had influence. We can make some arguments there. I'm trying to be nice, Dottie, you know? So I hope that answers your question in numbers. Not always in numbers. Oh, wait, you're saying who runs it in? No. Okay, you're saying who runs it in numbers. It's not always about numbers, but I think Zach has the numbers still. I'm not sure. Man, I had some great shine out here, apple flavor, man, it was good. Politician to borrow more money. Okay. So Doug Ross gifted a membership. You need to do videos on who's leading the different gangs now. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I know who that was. Spirit of New Orleans. You know who Gary was? Is Giz. Doug, take care, bro. Thanks for staying around. Rats, OMG. I don't know Rats. Doug Ross later. Okay. Anyway, if you guys have anything you want me to answer, do it now. I'm gonna go soon, okay? Even though there's just 80 of you guys in here. So obviously, okay. What else? Yeah, Woody Harrelson. And I can make the connection when he moved to Costa Rica right after. He told me to look that up because he believes that it happened right then. So he got the letter from the feds. They were in the hole together, Gary and Charles, Woody Harrelson's dad. And here comes a letter from Gary's lawyer. He's in the bunk and he's like, Charles, look, this is what they want me to do to your son. They're offering him like 14 years, from 170 something to 14 years to testify against Woody, to bring Woody down. I'm going to do that video because I'm going to do a whole thing about Gary. Tommy Reynolds. What about Tommy Reynolds? I don't know. What about Tommy? I have not talked to Tommy. I've reached out to his mom, Gemini twin, high roller. What about the Gemini twins? Gemini twins should get together and open up a restaurant. They should, or do like a tour where they walk through and do like replay the thing, get butt naked, snort cocaine, chop people up. Or they should just like they can do like cutlery sets. Man, they can do so much with that. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah, Joey's out. Joey's out. I'm glad, and I've been the first to say that Joey deserved to be out, much as he worked with staff. Yep. As much as he worked with staff. Yep. Sure does. Deserves a break. I think that's for what it's worth. No, but Joey Test really, we had a falling out. Sucks that he put a separation on me and worked with staff. Sucks. But he was really, really good to me when we were friends. Really pleasant guy. And all bullshit aside, not just saying about the staff thing, even though it's true. He mentored people. He was very respectful, and I don't believe in permanent I don't believe in permanent life without sentences. And I'm not saying that everybody deserves to be free, but I believe that they should have the option. And then it can be decided. Cheese eater. Okay. I remember when Harrelson tried to escape, and I remember his son appeared on either David Letterman or that one and spoke out about it a little bit. Yes. Was he a hall monitor? Yes. Yes. You remember me saying that. You just wanted to hear me say it again. That's what it was. That's what it is. Yeah, he can sell whistles right now, maybe, right? Make some extra money. But the cutlery set for sure, that's a no-brainer. Can you see him, the two of them, like Benihana, chopping up steaks and stuff? Wouldn't you pay like big money for that? Yeah, Joey was the hall monitor for sure. I'd pay big money for that. I'm playing now. All right, listen, I am going to go, you guys. I might do a live tomorrow night, even though it's Friday. And I've been told by my friend, that I shouldn't go Friday because I'm wasting content. Anyway, Mike, maybe I'll talk to you in a little bit. Thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Take care. Have a good night. Oh, shit. Wait a minute. Am I still going? Yeah. Brother just called the Dirty White Boys pension department for some assistance. That was good, with all due respect. Rob, are the feds harder to survive than the CDC? Better question probably is Pelican Bay or High Desert using USPs. I have not been to them. I would say the CDC is probably, you know what? I don't know. I have to give that some thought. I'd have to give that some thought because the feds are more fucked up because you got California, that most people are from California. So they can walk that political line. The feds, the politics change depending on who's running stuff. So there's an argument there. That's a hell of a question, man. I'm gonna give that one some thought. Gotta go. Take care, you guys.